Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, stands as a chilling monument to a bygone era of prison reform. Its imposing Gothic architecture and notorious history make it one of the most haunted places in America. This story delves into the eerie past and the ghostly legends that have turned this once revolutionary institution into a site of endless fascination and fear. Eastern State Penitentiary was established in 1829 with the noble goal of reforming inmates through solitary confinement and reflection. The prison's radical design featured long, echoing corridors and small cells with skylights, known as the Eye of God, intended to inspire penitence. However, what began as an idealistic experiment soon revealed a darker, more sinister reality. Inmates were subjected to extreme isolation, often wearing hoods whenever they left their cells to prevent interaction. This psychological torment led many prisoners to madness, and tales of their suffering began to seep through the prison walls. The penitentiary's dark reputation grew, and with it, the stories of restless spirits. One of the most famous inmates to reside at Eastern State Penitentiary was the notorious gangster Al Capone. Imprisoned in 1929 for carrying a concealed weapon, Capone's cell was unlike any other. It was furnished with fine rugs, antique furniture, and even a radio. Despite these luxuries, Capone reportedly experienced intense nightmares during his stay. Capone often spoke of a ghostly figure that haunted him. A man named James Clark, one of the victims of the infamous St. Valentine's Day massacre. Capone's cries for help and pleas for the ghost to leave him alone echoed through the prison, unsettling both guards and fellow inmates. The legend of Capone's ghostly tormentor remains one of the most chilling tales associated with Eastern State Penitentiary. Even after his release, Capone reportedly claimed to be haunted by Clark's spirit, an eerie reminder of the violent past that never left him. Eastern State Penitentiary housed countless inmates, many of whom experienced extreme psychological torment. One such prisoner was William Slick Willie Sutton, a notorious bank robber. During his time at Eastern State, Sutton attempted several daring escapes, but it was the stories of what he witnessed during his incarceration that truly haunted him. Sutton and other inmates reported hearing disembodied whispers, anguished cries, and the clanking of chains in the dead of night. Shadows moved along the walls, and cell doors would inexplicably open and close. The sense of dread was palpable, as if the prison itself was alive with the suffering of those who had perished within its walls. Death row at Eastern State Penitentiary was a place of particular darkness. Inmates awaiting execution often spoke of a malevolent presence that stalked the narrow hallways. One such inmate, Joseph Taylor, who was convicted of murder, claimed to see the ghost of his victim every night. He described a gaunt figure standing at the foot of his bed, eyes filled with sorrow and accusation. Guards, too, experienced inexplicable events. They heard footsteps when no one was there and felt sudden drops in temperature. Some reported seeing the apparitions of condemned men walking their final path, their faces etched with despair. The grim atmosphere of death row seemed to cling to the very walls, refusing to let go. Visitors to Eastern State Penitentiary often speak of shadowy figures that seem to lurk around every corner. These dark forms are seen darting through the corridors, disappearing through walls, and even standing motionless in the cells. Paranormal investigators who have spent nights within the penitentiary's walls have captured these figures on film, their blurry shapes adding to the mystique and terror of the place. One particularly famous encounter involved a group of tourists who claimed to see a figure dressed in an old guard's uniform. The figure, they said, walked through a solid wall and vanished. Despite their initial skepticism, the experience left them convinced that Eastern State was indeed haunted. In recent years, Eastern State Penitentiary has become a hotspot for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. Teams equipped with the latest technology have attempted to document the supernatural activity within the prison. Using EMF detectors, thermal cameras, and EVP recorders, they have collected compelling evidence of ghostly presences. One such investigation captured a chilling EVP of a voice whispering, "I'm still here." Thermal cameras have recorded cold spots in areas where inmates reportedly died, and EMF detectors have gone off the charts in certain cells. These investigations have only fueled the belief that Eastern State Penitentiary is one of the most haunted places in the world. Today, Eastern State Penitentiary stands as a historic site, drawing visitors from around the globe. The prison's haunting tales and chilling atmosphere continue to captivate and terrify those who walk its dark corridors. Guided tours take visitors through the cell blocks, including Capone's luxurious cell and the infamous death row, while recounting the eerie stories of the past. The penitentiary also hosts an annual Halloween event, Terror Behind the Walls, where actors bring the prison's ghostly legends to life. The event attracts thousands of thrill-seekers eager to experience the fear and excitement of one of the world's most haunted places. Despite its current status as a tourist attraction, the spirits of Eastern State Penitentiary remain restless. The echoes of the past continue to resonate within its walls, a haunting reminder of the suffering and despair that once filled its cells. For those who dare to visit, Eastern State offers a glimpse into a world where the line between the living and the dead is disturbingly thin. Eastern State Penitentiary is more than just a historical landmark. It is a place where the past refuses to stay buried. The stories of Al Capone's ghostly tormentor, the shadowy figures, and the tormented souls of death row create a tapestry of horror that is both compelling and terrifying. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the tales of Eastern State Penitentiary are sure to leave you with a sense of unease and a chill down your spine. The haunted prison stands as a testament to a dark chapter in history, forever etched into the fabric of time.